Grand rising, and greetings. This is your brother, Chief Flying Eagle Ra Elohim. I'm going to share a little bit of information with you. And like I said before, you see, when a lot of people don't travel, your scope of geography and your people, you see what I'm saying? It's limited, and you never know what's happening with your brothers and sisters in different parts of the Americas unless you're there to experience it. You feel me? So my goal is to bridge the gap between our people, regardless of where you are at in the Americas, to let you know that we have experienced the same thing. The only reason why it's magnicized in or magnified in the US is because of publicity and the propaganda that's placed on our people. You feel me? And it has to be on the, or, pretty much it has to be zoomed, all right, and pushed as a huge propaganda when it comes to the likes of our people. When other ethnicities, you feel me, it is not such a propaganda. You feel me? When the truth of the matter is other ethnicities were doing the crack, the cocaine, as much as our people, or even more. But we were the only ones put under a microscope, you feel me, and broadcast to the world that the epidemic of crack and cocaine, it was our people using, abusing, and selling. You feel me? So I'm showing you from a macro perspective within the Americas that we were all going through it. You did, because it was systematic. All right. It was strategically done to our people. So here we go. The highest point of crack cocaine epidemic in the United States occurred primarily between 1984 and the 1990s. This period saw a significant surge in the use and availability of crack cocaine across the American cities. The crack epidemic dramatically increased the number of Americans addicted to cocaine, with the number of routine users rising from 4.2 million to 5.8 million in 1985 alone. By 1987, crack was reported to be available all but 4 states in the United States. Okay? Now, our people have a lot of healing to do. We have a lot of reparations to do, because that's what reparations mean, to heal. And that's why I'm always pushing for our people to unite so we could come together and heal our people, build centers that we could, make our people whole again through holistic remedies. But we have to be in control of that, growing our own foods. You see what I'm saying? Having our own schools, treating our people with mental health issues. We have to take control of that, because the system is not going to do it for us, because that is not, it will not benefit the system to see our people wholesome. It will not benefit to see the system, our people as united. So we create communities. Remember, there's a difference between a community, a neighborhood, and the hood or the ghetto. In your mind, a ghetto is something bad, dirty, criminals, gangbangers. That's the impression that they have given us. That's the propaganda that has been pushed. But yet still, you could go to Brooklyn in one so-called neighborhood or community. You'll see the July people. They have communities. They got their own police. They got their own hospitals. They got their own school, right? But on the other side of the streets, you have the ghetto, the projects, peace in the hallway. So therefore, ghetto and hood is a mental state of being. It has nothing to do with the location. It's all mental. It's all mental. And I just proved it to you. Same block. On one side, you have the July people. They got condominiums. You feel me? They got parking. On the other side, you got the projects. But yet still, they're on the same street. Make that make sense. So it's a mental thing. And that's why I tell my people, change your mind, change your life. It is really that simple. So we got to take back control of our minds and elevate ourselves mentally. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. none but us could free our minds, in the words of Bob Marley. You did. So we are responsible for our own actions, our own reality. Okay, so let me share this with you. All right, let's go back here now. So most people think that so-called our so-called people in the United States that are so-called black, you feel me? They are the only ones who have experienced systematic trauma, systematic oppression. No, it's a continental thing, my brothers and sisters. That's why when we fought against the foreigners, the colonizers, it was a continental war, because we all participated to protect our land, the Americas, our motherland. So if you think that crack cocaine was only an epidemic in the US, well, think again. Like I said, you have to travel, broaden your scope of geography and traveling, right, to know exactly what's happening to your brothers and sisters across the waters. The crack cocaine epidemic reached its peak in Trinidad and Tobago around the end of the 1980s, coinciding with the rise of the drug in the Caribbean and in the US. It was all over the Caribbean. We had the crack cocaine epidemic as well. But how can you know if it's not being televised? How can you know if it's not being if it's not being magnetized? There's no propaganda, because now you might ask yourself the question, well, hold up. If it's happening in the US, why is it also happening in the Caribbean and different parts of the Americas? Why is that? And then you start connecting the dots. You feel me? So like I said before, news, NEWS, it stands for North, East, West, and South. It's agreed that they have our people trapped within to push the propaganda. That's why I don't watch news. I'm not caught in the grid. That's why I don't get caught up in the propaganda. I'm here to restore all my people. Trinidad and Tobago, location made it an ideal transit point for cocaine and marijuana trafficking, contributing to the domestic availability and the use of crack cocaine. The crack epidemic in Trinidad was characterized by increased drug use and related social problems in this period. Even in Jamaica, all over the Caribbean, even gun violence. It wasn't just in the US. It's still out there in the Caribbean, in different parts of the America. Going to Puerto Rico, La Piedra, you see, it's the same thing. So once again, this is strategic. My people, we are POWs in our own land, and the goal is to destroy our people, but push, once again, the propaganda of self-destruction through the music, the way of life, what we teach our young men, our young women, the sexy reds, all the different trap music. That's why it's called trap music. It's a trap, a vibrational energy that puts you into a trance and trap your energy. You feel me? And bring you in a low vibration, a low frequency, and trap you within a realm of self-destruction. But yet still we celebrate that. We dance to the music, not realizing that you are literally, how would I put it? Attracting and inviting a demon into your being. We got to take control of that. We got to stop that. We got to denounce that. We got to rebuke that. Why can't we have music that uplift our people and promote our people, build our people, edify our people? The same thing is happening with reggae dance hall. You see, it is not a coincidence. It is by design. So we got to stop the separation. And that's why I tell people I will forever preach and teach unification amongst all original indigenous people of the Americas, because it's going to take the collective to stand against these colonizers, these demons. It's the only way we are going to win. You feel me? So I know it's early, but I wanted to share that with you so that you could start once again opening up your mind. Stop walking around with a closed mind thinking that it's just about you, or we are separate, or we are different people. The system, the colonized system, or the so-called masters, they don't look at us differently. To them, we are just, once again, transmitting utilities. We are nothing but a cash crop, so to speak. It's all about the money and profits at the end of the day for them. It's about margins. You did? And they'll do anything to keep us at the bottom, fighting each other, and they stand at the top, laughing. Same thing they did in Rome, in the Colosseums. Let these fools fight. All right, we'll stand back and watch and be entertained. We could also, the fights used to be free, but they paid them. Same thing with the basketball players, NFL players. It's the same situation. Okay? Paid entertainers to entertain the slave masters. It's really that simple, man. You dig? We got to do better, my people. We got to unify. We got to protect each other. It is us against the world, literally. Nobody is coming to save us but us. All right? Enjoy the rest of your 24. This is your brother, Chief Flying Eagle, Ra Elohim. We have more in common than you think we have in difference. All right? Think about what I just said. We are one people.